Good morning, everybody. I'm Captain Tommy Scoble, and you are on the lifeboat. And I'm a little late. I was, good morning. Mind Games 60, good to see you. Good luck and be safe today, Heather, and everybody on the lifeboat. Well, thank you. I was under the impression I wasn't going to be doing the morning boat. My fault, not others. So that is the reason that we wound up a little late this morning. But a little late than better. Better late than never, right? Or something along those lines. All right, tell me the truth. Is the reflection off of the top of my head disturbing? I feel like I ought to turn that light off. Good morning, Patrick. John Doe, good to see you. Peeps, I don't like the shiny dome. Good morning. Good morning, JT. The moaning. Yes, good moaning. Ray, good to see you. Smitty, good morning. So I went to bed yesterday at about 7:30 last night, and then I had to get up. I am having problems, people. Hey, Tommy, Michael Cohen channel, latest video talking about watch market. Oh, I'll be damned. I'm going to have to check that out. So I'm having some health trouble, people. I could use some prayers. Dennis Brace, good to see you here this morning. Charlie Murphy, sorry I was late. But I'm having, I'm finding myself very, very winded, very, very easily. And that is normally heart related. But I will bring all of you up to speed on that. Thank you, Guy. Thank you very much. I will bring all of you up to speed as I learn more. Boy, I didn't think it was hot in here this morning, but it is. Cheryl Niles, good to see you. All right, everybody. We're going to have a little morning competition here on the lifeboat. I don't even have a watch on. This was, I rolled over and don't even know why, but I saw the time and thought I ought to check and make sure that the boat is good to go. So here's what we're going to do. Good morning, Rick. Good to see you. So maybe it's the heat, says the guy. That has occurred to me. But the crazy thing is that this was happening inside, working in air conditioning and just walking across the room. And I was outside in the sun, a few days ago and laboring and doing some pretty heavy lifting and things like that and had absolutely no issue. But inside, just walking from from the couch to the kitchen, and I found myself winded playing with the cat last night. And I found myself winded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a competition right now. Are you ready? Top 5 answers on the board. All of the players are ready to roll. The first one of you who spits out a subject is going to be what we talk about on the lifeboat today. Mm-hmm. Keeping in mind that if you wanted to do something fun like trivia, that is going to be tonight. It's my last dental appointment today. Good for you, Paul Sargent. That's huge, people. That really is. And it's something that a lot of people do when they get sober, because a lot of times when we're not sober, we kind of let our grill go. I did that too, Paul. After I got completely sober and everything else, I had to go in and get my teeth worked on. I had cavities and all kinds of things that needed to be filled. And it's 5:11 in the morning, and it's 111 outside, says Mr. Ray Ray. He's exaggerating. I don't think it's above 107 or 8. It will be about 111, though, by noon. Dennis Brace says, we're going to talk about anxiety. And Dennis Brace is the winner. Well done, Dennis. And thank you for kicking in. 482 days today, Paul Sargent. Good for you. Yeah, good for you. That's huge. It is hot here, though. Make no mistake. It is hot here. So we're going to talk about anxiety in I'm sorry, people. Just let me turn this phone off. We're going to talk about anxiety in sobriety. And this is a good thing because everybody deals with this. There are things that we can do to decrease the amount of stress that we have in our life. And some of them would seem really, really obvious when you bring it up. You will find the longer that you're on the lifeboat, you will find that so many of the things that we talk about, so many of the things that we preach and we really sort of hammer home are designed to help with virtually everything about staying sober. And because anxiety is what you make it. There's a lot of truth to that, says John Doe says. Anxiety is what you make it. The trouble with anxiety is this. We're supposed to have anxiety. Anxiety is a very important part of being a human being. I told the story the other day. I was outside. We have a pool in the backyard, and there's a like a wrought iron fence that goes around the pool area. And there's a swinging door. I went out through the door to get a look at all of the property that was on the other side of the fence, because we have over an acre of land, or right at an acre of land, or something like that. It's about an acre. There's a lot of land here. So I was looking at the land. As I was walking back in, I heard that beautiful sound, just like the movies, man. I heard the very loud clack back and forth of the tail of a rattlesnake, and my voice went up 3 octaves instantly. You know, like one of those numbers. And then I started moving really, really quickly. Why? If you said anxiety, you're correct. It's exactly what happened. And sometimes anxiety works on a lot of different levels. I know that there are people on this boat that believe in this because I've talked to so many of you, but very often we feel anxiety about something before it happens. And some of us follow that instinct. Some of us believe that that's our body telling us that maybe what we're about to do isn't such a great idea. And these are the kind of things that anxiety is supposed to do for you in your body, and it's normal stuff, and it's supposed to be there. The problem becomes, like everything with drugs and with us, the problem becomes when the system stops working the way that it's supposed to. And when the anxiety starts driving you to feel bad about who you are, well, then that's no longer anxiety. And we tend to think it is, and we tend to call it anxiety, but it's something completely different. And anxiety lives in a part of the brain that we have a very easy time giving assignments to, right? Anxiety lives in the thinking part of the brain. This is us overanalyzing. This is us getting nervous about things, at least when it works improperly. Mr. Ray Ray says, rattlesnakes are no big deal for me. It's when it becomes a bear or a mountain lion. I'm just going to stick with none of the above and pet my cat. I had an aortic valve replaced when I was mowing the lawn. I went down and had a blockage. I'll be damned, Dennis. How old were you when that happened? Because you're a young guy. But you needed your aortic valve replaced. How old were you when that happened, Dennis Brace? So, if you have a pen, here's what we're going to do. There are 5 things, 5 bullet points, let's say, on managing anxiety in your sobriety. And the first one is establish a support system. Does it sound like I'm trying to keep you on the lifeboat? Well, I am. Surround yourself with a strong support network of friends, family, or support groups who understand your journey and can offer encouragement and guidance. And attend regular support group meetings. You can choose AA or NA or things that have nothing to do with any of that 12-step thing. You can do it through church, or you can do it through the lifeboat. But establishing a support system and surrounding yourself with people who understand what you're going through is absolutely key if you want to keep your anxiety at a normal level while in sobriety. Good morning, Alice and Stacy. Dennis says he was in his 30s. That's scary, bud. I'm so glad that you're still here with us. You know what? This is because Thank God that you're all right, brother. For real. Thank God that you're all right. Ian, good morning. Good to see you. Mr. Ray says 30 is pretty young, but it happens. It does. Make no mistake. And that one is because I am happy that Dennis Brace is still with us. Yeah, Ian, we're glad that you're here. Number 2, we're going to practice self-care. Does this sound familiar? When I start going through my notes, people, the bullet points for almost everything are so similar because it is all, when I was a baby, I had congestive heart failure. Well, that will make that makes a lot more sense then. And that really means that we're blessed that you're here. Let's toss up another one there for you. Dennis, I love you. I'm glad that you're here, man. And I'm glad that you beat that. Number 2, we're going to practice self-care techniques. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and reduce anxiety, such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga, preferably not in the heat. And I'm going to get back to hot yoga. Don't let me get off that subject. Prioritize regular exercise as it can boost mood and reduce stress levels. Get sufficient sleep and maintain a healthy diet to support overall well-being. Does that sound familiar? This is one of those things, people, that it's getting back to basics in almost everything that we do. If you're feeling an inordinate amount of stress and you don't understand why, you can go back to a checklist of how you're living your life. And I promise you that 9 out of 10 times, there's going to be something on there that badly needs work. In other words, I start sitting there and I start thinking to myself, well, I'm, the anxiety over this upcoming show, or this anxiety over this, or this anxiety over that. All of these things are starting to really mess with me, and I'm having a difficult time, and it's making me think about doing drugs. Stop what you're doing. Get out your pen and your paper, or in my case, get out a stylus and an iPad, and start to write. And go through the checklist. Am I getting enough sleep, right? Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. We know that HALT is a really big deal, right? So are you lonely? Are you hungry, right? Are you angry? Are you tired? Are any of those things happening? Because sleep and eating are absolutely massive if you want to remain sober. Yeah, I have to pay attention to my health. I was a premature baby as well. All my friends just told me I was born with an underdeveloped brain. They say it's very smooth. You make me laugh, Ray. Get good sleep, and I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm not a farmer. No, you are not a farmer. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I am. I'm really glad that I rolled over and checked the boat this morning. I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm glad that we're live. Balake. By the way, people, this one was on me. This was not miscommunication on Heather's part. It was miscommunication on my part. Good morning, Tommy, John Doe, Dennis Brace, Charlie Mullins, Cheryl Niles, Patrick Taylor, Paul Sargent, Rick Smith, Mr. Ray, Ian DeBoe, Allison Stacy, and the guy, JT. That man knows how to say hello. You are a little late, Balake, but I was a little late too, so we're not going to give you any crap. I didn't get here right at the crack of dawn. So we're talking about anxiety in sobriety. And I was going over 5 bullet points that I had written. My dog needs some cows to herd. Well, what are you waiting on? Get out there and get you a couple of cows. Good morning, squirrel. Good to see you, kitty. Yes, I know. Please don't step on the laptop. How about if we just get right here in the basket? It's a good kitty. She's not going to have any of that basket this morning. She's really in one. So the first 2 bullet points was, number 1, establish a support system. Number 2, practice self-care techniques. Number 3, we're going to develop coping mechanisms. You know, it's really funny. The cat just stood with her back feet in the basket, and then she tried to put her paws on top of R2-D2. And when she did, the basket started to slide, and the cat just started getting longer and longer. Fortunately, I'm a good cat owner, and I was here to save her because I love her. Develop coping mechanisms. Identify healthy coping strategies that work for you, such as journaling, listening to music, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in creative outlets. And I will add to that servitude, helping others, talking to other people, just doing anything you can to pitch in with people who are having trouble does amazing things for you. It really does. And we've got a lot of people on this boat that make a habit of trying to do that as often as possible. Hope everyone's morning is as amazing as you all are. Thank you, Block. It's a beautiful thing to say. That really is a beautiful thing to say. Never get enough sleep. To bed at 12 a.m., up at 6. Yeah, 6 hours. There are people who would be really stoked at getting 6 hours of sleep. However, we all really need more than that, and especially when we're in recovery. The more sleep you get, the better off you're going to be. I am struggling mightily with my sleep, and I'm sure that that's got something to do with everything else that's going on in my life. But it is what it is. I'm working on it. Number 4, manage triggers. However, I wrote tigers. Yeah, I didn't. I wrote manage tigers, which I'll tell you is pretty solid advice if you're trying to avoid anxiety. Manage tigers. Identify situations, places, or people that may trigger feelings of anxiety and make a plan to avoid or to cope with them. Sometimes we can't avoid this stuff, and we've talked about this a lot on the boat. So you have to have a plan of what is going to happen when you cannot avoid that situation. And your ability to cope with it is struggling. If you feel like the situation that you've just put yourself in is pushing you towards something that, the cat meowing because she wants to be fed. No, the cat is meowing because she is the center of the universe. Completely different. She's always fed. You think I go anywhere without cat treats? The cat is always, she's the most spoiled animal in North America. I assure you it's not food. So, learning to cope versus learning to bail is a huge, important part of this entire process. When managing triggers, when managing anything. And you know, I don't love trigger. I know that my unmanaged triggers are killing me. Yeah, well, there's a lot of that going around, Patrick. There really is. This is a hard one. We have things that trigger us. Doesn't mean we're going to run and do dope. It means that our brain is going to start thinking about running and doing dope. You have to have a plan of action when the brain starts going haywire. And it's the things that we talk about. Have a safe time at the dentist, Paul, and we will see you with a big, bright smile this evening. Dog training with food won't work with my dog. Well, I feel like there are dogs that perhaps can't be trained, and I think that there are cats that can't be. Squirrel used to love being trained. She used to love doing things, but she's not so much now. Cats are always the center of the universe. Not to get back on movies, but hasn't everyone seen Men in Black? Yes. In fact, we have. Good movie reference. I'm not going to give you any crap about that, Ian. That was a great movie reference. Yeah, take care, Paul Sargent, says Blake Balake Richardson. Communicate your boundaries and needs with others, ensuring they understand and respect your decision to maintain sobriety. If you have someone in your life who does not respect your decision to get and stay sober, then you need to walk away from that person without an apology, without fanfare. If you've got somebody in your life who seriously does not care whether or not you get loaded or not, they're not somebody that you need in your support group. Push them to the outside until you are rock solid in your sobriety, and then reassess. And maybe at that point, Cheryl Niles trains her cats. At that point, maybe you'll decide that you want this individual in your life, but it is a dangerous thing to have people like that surrounding you when you're early in sobriety. Sorry. It's 500 degrees. I'm in the desert and I didn't bring water. What am I doing? Here's the deal, though, peeps. This was kind of a last minute fly by the seat of your pants kind of lifeboat, which is all fine and dandy. Not that big a deal. So we'll talk about a little anxiety as well. I filled my prescription over the phone. I haven't gone in to get it. I had my prescription called in, and this is new because I live in a different state. So I didn't know where to get the thing called into, and it was kind of one of those situations where, you know, I was in a bind and trying to get this all done very quickly. And I looked up a local pharmacy, and I chose poorly. My medication is going to cost me $400 for a month. You got cat temptations. That's like drugs for kitty cats. My dad's cats are so addicted to those things, they probably should come on the lifeboat. We'll get them here. Squirrel needs as many friends as she can get. They are addicting. They really are. Squirrel has to go, in order to get them, she has to go to this little tower. She only gets treats if she's on the very top of the tower. So it's fun. I pull the thing out and she runs across the room and gets up there like, get over here with that thing. Number 5, people. This is a big one. And I don't talk about this enough on the lifeboat. And there's something that I can't say very often because I talk about everything and I talk about it nonstop. So we're going to go with seek professional help. Consider therapy or counseling to address underlying causes of anxiety and develop personalized strategies to manage it. Consult a healthcare professional who can provide appropriate guidance, prescribe medication if necessary, and monitor your progress. This is huge, and I don't talk about it enough, but there are people out there a lot better at this than I am. There are people out there that are really, really good at this. And I think, in fact, I believe wholeheartedly that very often group therapy can get done what we often pay counselors to do. Because what you're paying a counselor to do is to get you to open up, right? When you sit down with a counselor, now doctors are a little bit different. You open up to a doctor and a doctor can say, well, I think you should be on this medication or that medication. Lack of boundaries has caused me so much grief over my life. I'm working on it though. Patrick, you and everyone else alive. This is probably the biggest spot of quicksand for all of us in recovery. When you first get sober, there's so much that changes up here that you find yourself wanting to be everything to everybody. You find yourself saying, yeah, I'll help you do that. Sure, I'll help you do that. Yes, I'll go to that dinner. Yes, I'll do this. You feel like, I don't know, there's a lot to it. It lives on a lot of levels, but I'm not paying nobody, says John Doe. Well, on the bright side, you won't have to do that here. But it is setting boundaries is difficult. It is, and sometimes it's almost impossible. And as we come out of our addiction, we really have to watch the person we're becoming. I talk about page 2 and page 3 Tommy. Well, when I put down page 3 Tommy wanted to make everybody happy. That was important to me. I had spent most of my life making everybody that cared about me miserable. So I wanted to go out of my way to do everything possible to help those people that have helped me and to help people that need help. And there are times that I'm not good at setting boundaries with the lifeboat. I'm sick as hell this morning. Honestly, this probably would have been a good boat to skip. You know what I mean? I probably should have stayed in bed this morning. And I'm not looking for the, oh, thank you, Tommy, or any of that crap. It's a great illustration. I really probably should not be doing the lifeboat this morning. But you want to take care of people that you care about. Yes, boundaries are difficult. It has also caused me to become somewhat antisocial. You know what, Ian? I get that, man. I get that. I really do. I get that. I suffer from this. This is something that I struggle with, and I've talked about it on the boat. Last Christmas it came up, and the Christmas before that it came up. Ian, I don't know about you, but when I was so obviously I'm sitting here and I'm talking, and a bunch of people are listening to me. I did this when I was wasted. I spent a lot of time with my mouth going like this, and I sort of became, I don't know, the life of the party, I guess, is not acting like a fool, not having a lampshade on my head, but I was very good at mom, good to see you. I was very good at sort of keeping everything going, keeping the party going, keeping everybody happy, I was good at working a room. And as a hermit, antisocial comes the norm. Yes, there's a lot of truth to that. Hate to run. Love all. The grandkids awake. Good for you. Waffles and eggs coming up. Rick Smith, good for you. Good for you. Put some bacon on for me. Yeah, have a great day, Rick. I'm glad that you're here. So when the whole family comes together, everybody kind of looks to Tommy to tell a story, or everybody looks to Tommy. And I struggled with this. 1 week on the horizon, Patrick Taylor. How good is that? How good is that? Thanks for your help, Boat. Day 6 is going to be okay. 1 week on the horizon. Tonight, Patrick, you're going to come back. You're going to do a little bit of trivia here on the Lifeboat, and we're going to have some laughs. But I am proud of you, brother. That week you're working on is the absolute most important week of your sobriety. Always. That first one is huge, man. You all of the other ones hinge on it. Thank you, Full of Hope. Very kind of you. I didn't. If you're just getting here, I didn't know I was doing the boat, so I got here a little late. My fault, not Heather's. My fault, not Heather's. But closing in on 7 days is just remarkable, Patrick. Really good stuff, man. You should be as proud of yourself as we are, and I really hope that you are. That first week, man, that is the well, everybody here. I mean, just look at anybody here. The guy, Allison Monk, Full of Hope, everybody here knows how difficult that first week of sobriety is. But I'll tell you something. I remember for me, day 3 being a big deal because I felt like 1, 2, and 3 were days that I did all the time, my whole life of being a drug addict. What I never got to was day 4, 5, 6, and 7. I was always, the first 3 days, that's usually right around the time that the withdrawal got so bad that I needed to quit. There we go. The cat just changed everything on the keyboard. Let's see if I can get it back. He's a rowdy little animal, this cat. I'm telling you, she is spoiled and difficult to deal with. 1 second, peeps. By the way, yesterday's emergency at the end of the boat turned out great. Turned out fantastic. We've got a crew member coming home. You know what, Ian? We were in the process of getting those cards made, and then we had a big. I don't even want to get into it because it's just gonna. But there was some drama that stopped it, and those cards need to be done. They really do. Come here. So we're actually going to be working on there. Be fun to see 100+ in here. It really would, Ian, and the day is coming. I promise you. We've never broken 100. The record on the Lifeboat for a live feed was 89. Sorry about that, people. That was all Squirrel. She is really got squirreled. That's exactly what happened. You know what? That'd be a good t-shirt, wouldn't it? Got squirrel. Got squirreled. That is really, really funny. People, I am I got winded getting up to get the cat. I'm struggling. Silly squirrels, right? I'm struggling, peeps. I'm going to call this boat early. I am sorry, but I did want to come on this morning and make sure that nobody missed the Lifeboat. But good morning, Harvest 912. Oh, it's a really good friend of my brother's, man. Dad and kid, glad to have you here. I am Kathy. I'm not doing well right now. Looks like Tommy's mind squirreled. Yeah, well, it happened. It absolutely happened. I don't know what I am exactly, and I don't think anyone knows yet. But I have, I'm struggling with breath. I'm having a difficult time getting and keeping my breath. It's making me a little nervous. Doing a food clinic at a local shelter. How beautiful is that, huh? People, Harvest 912 does an amazing amount of philanthropy. My brother Johnny has worked with them one-on-one. Just a very, very, very cool, a very, very cool organization. I do have asthma, Kathy. This is different. This is different in that, like, my heart starts racing when I can't breathe. It's thank you, Allison. I look a bit pale. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily surprise me. Oh no! You're good, Blocky. I didn't take it like that. That's how I got this. How do you think she got the name Squirrel? Prior to me going and getting, I do not have sleep apnea. I do not. I had the full folk, please take care of yourself. I do not have sleep apnea. I had one of those surgeries where they take a laser and they removed the tonsils and everything else because I had sleep apnea so long. Thank you again, Ted. I had sleep apnea for so long, and I had it so bad that I used to keep people up on airplanes. And seriously, if you paid for first class and I was sitting in first class, you wanted me dead. And the guy that traveled with me, he was sort of the head of my road crew at the time. We were at the baggage claim, and he said to me, if you ever do that again, I'm quitting. So you either need to get surgery or we need to never book another red-eye flight or anywhere where you're sleeping. Apparently, I really bummed out everybody in first class. Colloidal silver, 10 parts per million nano-sized. Here's the thing. I have colloidal silver here right now in my house. How do I figure out this whole 10 parts per million nano-sized, though? See, that's what makes me nervous. Kathy says, I'm still in Colorado. Regular with the boat next week. Well, tell us how you're doing there, hon. Huh? Kathy, how is the trip? Get checked out. It doesn't hurt. Allison, I'm going to be going back to the doctor to get that looked at, I promise. I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, Kathy, I'm really looking forward to hearing how this trip is going. I know that there was some potential head games and things that you were concerned about. Get your iron checked, Captain. I've had some symptoms and it was low iron for me. Interesting, Charlie. I'm going to write that down because I will not remember it. But you think I ought to get my iron looked at. Sorry. So I can write on this thing like that, and then I can send it to wherever I want. This is how I rip off the journals. Just cha-cha-cha-cha. It's been great. However, my luggage just arrived yesterday. I've been here since Wednesday. Oh, man, that sucks. More supplements, Rainbow Light Men's, 1 a day, but take 2. So Rainbow Light Men's, 1 a day. Okay, I will have to look into that. Thank you, Quiet Girl. I am going to get I'm going to get looked at because I know my dad had heart trouble. Ian, I did not know you were a veteran. Thank you for your service, Ian. I mean that. Thank you so much for your service. He says, I know you said $300 a month on medications. The VA had me prescribed with like 10 medications. I cut them all out except vitamins. Good for you, brother. 0 head games. Things have been great. Other than the luggage. Good for you, Kathy. We knew you were going to kill it, man. We really did. We knew you were going to kill it. They say this place in Tucson called Pima Heart. Well, I will be looking into Pima Heart. I had not heard that one yet. Hold on 1 second, people. That sounded promising. That sounded promising. Somebody bought a watch. Problems with your liver can do that, huh? Thank you, Allison. You know what? I'm throwing a 1 up there for your service, Ian. And this is for anyone else that selflessly risked their life so that we can do the silly things that we do. I do have back pain. Full of hope. Is there, for the love of God, Kat, I'm having lower back pain currently. Is that a symptom of something, Full of hope? Come on, squirrel. Can you just lay down and be a good cat? Huh? You think maybe you could just lay down and... No, not having that. Okay. Well, you almost saw a cat in a basket. Potassium levels can affect breathing too. It's really weird, people, because my heart races and I struggle to breathe. It's not something I've felt before, and it's freaking me out a little bit. It really is. It's freaking me out a little bit. All right, peeps. I'm going to call this a day. There's things that I got to do this morning. I hope to be here tonight. So look back. If it's not me, I'm sure it will be Heather, but we're going to be doing some trivia tonight. I'm Captain Tommy Scoble. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this morning. God bless you and make it a great day. Squirrel's not